So, one of the key things about literacy and one of the key things about reading is motivation, right?
Yeah.
Um, this is, and I'm picking some of the things that are, of course, most accessible that people are most familiar with. You want to read what you want to read. You pick up a book because it looks interesting to you. And if you're interested, you'll read it, right? You'll make the
Right.
effort, you'll take the time.
Right.
Oftentimes, kids who don't see themselves in books are not motivated to read those books,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So it's really important to have kids be exposed to content that is of interest to them. Now, what's more interesting to anybody than themselves, or people who look
Right.
like themselves, or things
Right.
that they can relate to, right? So really, that's kind of the notion of representation and why it's so important in terms of education. Now, in terms of empathy, another dimension for reading is that when you're developing your reading skills, you're learning how to build knowledge. You're learning how to take information in and make sense of it. And if you're only exposed to a finite bit of information, your ability to like to understand broader experiences is somewhat lessened.
Yeah.
So, in terms of empathy, in terms of exposures to cultures, reading books about other children's experiences is a really rich and tangible way to learn about other people, learn about people who might be outside of your experience, might be outside of the communities that you live, might have experiences that you never would have dreamt to have had. And we see this not just as children in looking at picture books, but as adults as well. Think of the books that you read as an adult that have exposed you to worlds that you never imagined, and it just immersive experiences that help transform your way of seeing the world.
Mhm.
All of that starts when you're learning to read. And
Mm.
so those processes, when they're engaged and with the explicit purpose of developing empathy or learning to take other people's perspectives, that is a lifelong skill that everyone can benefit from.